Hi folks. So, another song, No Ordinary Love by Sade. If it's not in the description of my videos, go and find it and listen to it. That song pretty much perfectly describes God speaking to us. Describing that this is no ordinary love, because, for goodness sake, come on. In no way, shape or form is this an ordinary love. What today is about, the 25th of December, this is not about some ordinary love. That the Son of God would be up there in heaven for all those years in safety, protected from all that impacts us. And he would decide not just to give that up, but to give that up and the sin of the world to be put onto him. That he will be the Lamb of God. That his body will be broken. That by his stripes we will truly be healed. He had all that written down years before. And from the time it was written down, he was incredibly excited at coming down and fulfilling that. Because he knew of the bigger picture. He knew the fact that Father was looking down at his creation and couldn't have a relationship with his creation. So when it says, for God so loved us, he sent his only begotten Son. Yeah. Because God so craves relationship with his creation. He sent his only begotten Son to die, so that sin could be dealt with. So then there'd be nothing stopping us coming to the Father, nothing stopping us having a relationship except us. That the thing that would be in the way, permanently in the way, where no one could get to him, would be taken out of the way. The Son of God was more than willing, delighted to play his part in doing that. That's why in that song it says, haven't I given all that I can give? Well, hasn't he? Hasn't Father given all that he can give? Then another line says, didn't I tell you what I believed? Oh yes, he most certainly did. This isn't some ordinary love. Again, people have a misunderstanding. They think they're supposed to love God. No, they're not. They're not. They're supposed to be in love. In love is a much bigger thing than love. Far bigger. This is no ordinary love. This is the creator of the heavens and the earth. This is the anniversary of him saying, I love you that much. I am sending my only begotten Son. Not just to suffer what you suffer, but to suffer what you should suffer. But because he suffers it, you won't have to. Doing that for people where most of the time they've done everything to say to God, F off, I don't want to know you. And yet he's done all of that for those very people that have said, I hate you, to God. So I say, when it comes down to it, yeah. Yeah, I spoke to about 5 lots of people yesterday at that church. And so I shared what God has shared with me with a number of people, and so that's good. That's my job done. Even though it ended negatively, it doesn't matter. It done. My job was done. That was the purpose of me being there. I didn't go there to take part in a what do we call it? That sort of service where it's singing worldly songs that make them feel good about Christmas. Yeah, no. Carols, that's it. Carol service. I'm not into carols. I'm not into candlelight services. I don't see the point, really. I don't see the point. It looks nice, but it's nothing. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't bring you closer to God, does it? What brings you closer to God is truth. What brings you closer to God is doing all that with the heart, not with the head. Absolute heart. Submitting all to God. Yeah. Not easy to do. I'm not saying any of that is easy to do, because it isn't. So there. Yeah. But the reality is, think about what he gave. Again, this is on the car. On the car it says, think about Easter and Christmas, or Christmas and Easter. Think about what God gave. Christmas is what? Easter is why. Again, very important message for people to receive. Not just people that are not in church, but people in church. To really think about that, the fullness of what that is. Christmas is what he gave, Easter is why. Yeah. So think about the love that God has for you. Think about the love that Father has for you. Think about the love that Son not only has for Father, but also for you. Because this is the point. Son did everything he did, Yeshua, because of the love he had for his Father, and because he wanted to see his Father's joy, and he wanted to see the creation of God coming back to God. So the thing that got in the way was therefore removed. He had to become the sacrificial lamb that covered all of that sin. On the car also talks about Romans 8 verses 18 onwards, because that talks about the rest of creation coming back to God. But it starts with us. It starts with us. It starts with people who have a heart for God, and who properly have a heart for God, who have a heart to go through whatever it takes. And problem is, that's quite limited. There's not a lot of people who are willing to go through whatever it takes. Because whatever it takes is, yeah, that's a whole another level, isn't it? So there you go. With such an incredible, not ordinary love, we have to respond in a more incredible, not ordinary way. Certainly according to how the world would see things. That's why I said in the past, there's no such thing as a non-radical Christian. If Christian is a thing, if Christian is a word that God created to describe his people, which I don't think it is. I think it's a pagan word as a way of ridiculing the people that gave their lives to God. But either way, you cannot be a non-radical, because non-radical means you're still of this world. So you're not of God. If you're not of God, if you're of God, then it means you're radical, according to this world, because the world's ways are opposite to God. So if you're not radical, it means you must therefore be of this world. So, start being radical, folks. Start understanding that, yeah, of God means different. So there you go. You take care. God bless. And enjoy this not ordinary love. And hopefully, in the years coming, you can enjoy it to its fullest. You take care. God bless. Bye-bye.